Hey sports fans, this is Joe Daniels, aka Boy Gone Bad from Bad Boy Archery. Or Bad Boys Archery, or I don't know. See that GW sunk my battleship or something has me all fouled up. He can't remember my name, and sometimes I can't remember my name. Anyway, I want to show you something. I just built this brand new jig for making strings. So, and as you can see, I made a string. I started it last night, finished it this afternoon. Turned out really good. Just a little bit of 2x4s, and I put the posts in here, and I made this set up here so that, you know, I can turn and twist this. Once I set up my loops, I make continuous loop strings, and what happens is I can actually do my windings a little bit easier. Now, concerning the windings, I don't know if you can see this here. This is my one loop, my one end, and then of course this is where my knocking point's going to be. And as you can see, you know, I'm not the best at, you know, tying these in, and so I have a knot here that's going to be a little bit tough when it comes to putting the finger savers on. And that's, it's about 10 inches is what I typically will put the winding for the knocks at. And of course, you know, I do make my own strings. I make them out of braided fishing line, 100-pound test, and it works well. And this is what I use, so I get that two-tone look. I put them together. Actually, this is actually a 12-strand string, so that's 1,200 pounds of strength to hold. Well, 45-pound bow times 4 is 180, times 5 is 225. So it's more than strong enough. The question becomes, what do you do with these finger savers? And that's what this video is really about. What do you do? How do you put these finger savers on? A lot of people have problems with them. They are a little bit difficult. And as you can see here, let me show you with a typical store-bought winding. You can see it's a lot thinner than mine. Mine is overkill. Like I said, I make my strings to withstand 100 pounds of pressure. Why is that? Because I don't want it blowing up in my face. I don't want to lose an eye. I don't want to have a major catastrophe where the bow breaks and I get injured or somebody standing next to me gets injured. So I believe in overkill with this. But again, the problem now becomes, because it's so much thicker of a string, how do you get those finger savers on? I mean, gosh, they're difficult enough with just a 12-strand string of something that's much thinner. The Dacron is, you know, something that I know is a material. There's all kinds of materials out there. I just use the braided line because there's no stretch in it. When you make your string, it is going to be what you set it out to be. You want it 56 inches. You measure it out, it's going to be at 56 inches. Same thing. It doesn't matter what size it is. So I want to show you a little trick that I've developed that would come in handy with somebody that maybe even struggles just to, you know, get it over the loop, the windings of the loop, and then, you know, the actual winding for the knocking points. I want to show you exactly what I do that makes life a whole lot easier, and it doesn't affect the finger saver at all. A lot of people use gloves, a lot of people use tabs. I don't enjoy them, I don't like them. I use the finger savers. It means I don't have to carry, I carry one less thing out with me in order to shoot. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. So this is a typical finger saver. This is the small end. This would be for your top end, just for your forefinger. And as you can see, if you can see, the hole is very small. And that's going to be a little bit difficult to get, you know, over the string and all the way down to, you know, basically almost the middle of your string. And they want you to use this little, looks like a little cotter pin thing that you I mean, I've literally broken these right in half. Just snapped them. You know, hold it with a pair of pliers, and I'm yanking on it to get it over the string, and I've just snapped them. So what can you do to make it easier? I thought about it. I'm like, man, if the holes were a little bit bigger, you know, that would solve the problem. I don't need something this thin. I'm not shooting a 10 strand string that's you know, .030 millimeters wide each strand. That is, you know, I'm actually using 100-pound test braided fishing line, and I think that's .055 millimeters. So you know, when you put 12 of them together, you got a pretty thick string, pretty strong string as well. So here's my solution to the problem: a drill. You get a drill bit that is not, you know, very large. I don't know what size this is, but I just put it right up to the hole here. Just make sure you're nice and even, and well, let's have it facing in the right direction, and just turn her on nice and slow. Go right on through that thing. Make sure that it's right down the middle, and there you have it. Back it out, go through it again, and you'll just tear up enough in there. As you can maybe see, there's, you know, pieces of the rubber coming out now. And I'll do this several times, back and forth. Sometimes I'll just try to hold it and let it spin. You definitely want to do it slow. You don't want to do it fast where it'll just tear up the rubber. I've already done that. So see all that on here? So we've just made this hole. I can almost see through it. I don't know that you can, but you can almost see through it. And this is going to slide on nice and easy. You wax up the string real good. Hold back on that pin. That pin's not going to bend and break or snap like I've done. And this is a simple solution. It's made my world a whole lot easier when it comes to putting these finger savers on. That's the final step for this new string that I made. There you go. You pull down on this a little bit, compress it, and we're through. Completely through the middle. Back it out. You gotta go slow. Just do this several times, and you will never have a problem putting your finger savers on again. Doesn't matter what kind of a string you're using. If you're making your own, and maybe you're not the best person at doing windings like myself, you'll still be able to get these on, and they won't move much at all. I mean, number one, I'm shooting vanes, so I do actually have to go back periodically and adjust them just to make sure, because sometimes, you know, you might be 1/8 of an inch off and it'll throw your arrows, you know, one way or another. And but anyway, I just thought I would share that. I've seen a lot of things on YouTube, and I've Googled things about finger savers and problems that people have, and a lot of people have a tough time getting them on just regular strings, let alone if you're making your own string like myself. And if you do, and you like to use finger savers like myself rather than a tab or a glove, then this might be something you might want to try doing if you have a difficult time, because I've ruined my windings. I mean, I'm doing this by hand. I'm not doing it by machine. You know, machine can get that thing spun real tight, and you can apply all kinds of pressure and it's not going to come undone. I've actually moved the windings because I wasn't drilling these out at all, and I've got, you know, a string that's almost double the thickness of a string that I might buy from a store. So anyway, hope that this is helpful. It's helped me a lot.